Chile. Welcome to another episode
Chile
of
or Chile?
Chile. It's Chile. Who Chile?
Okay.
You just confused me now.
Sorry,
What's the part
welcome.
two? Welcome to another episode of PODFESSION. My name is Maewa, aka
Big Daddy.
I like that shit. You like that Big Daddy? I like when now they're commenting now it's Big Daddy. I'm like, I'm here with a beautiful Polly.
Okay.
With a beautiful
Montego Bay.
and with a beautiful
Nosa.
Nosa is still here. This is the part 2 of our conversation.
Yeah.
We're getting into the nitty gritty.
Therapy.
Therapy is a big thing. All I can say is Africans don't need therapy. We need Jesus.
We already have Jesus.
That's one thing I read. Like, we don't need therapy. We need Jesus.
No,
I
guys, we
saw
need
something
therapy.
that said most people, I'm not going to speak about Africans, but just people in general, you don't even need Jesus, you need an exorcism.
Really?
Yes.
But do we need therapy as Africans generally
We need the
speaking?
most therapy.
The most.
All cultures
Honestly.
need therapy.
That's what-
Asian, South American, African.
If you were
We might need
colonized,
the most
if
problem.
you have some influence from the West that wasn't wanted, you need therapy.
Unpopular belief, but I feel like if you're self-aware a lot, then you don't need therapy. Unpopular.
I'm very
I know-
issues about that because there might be habits and behaviors that you're not aware that you're doing to maybe sabotage or that are toxic that therapy can help you find.
and that's what I'm saying. What any relationship, friendship, whatever, I need open communication. If you tell me, okay, this the way you're behaving, it's not. It's I don't like it. It's not okay. Then I will reflect on it and see. Okay, how do I hurt that person? Mostly, I'll not speak with another. But do you feel? I will not even like say that situation. I was just like, do you feel like when I do A and B? How do you react to it? How do you feel when I say those things? And then if you give me that similar response, then I will now reflect on myself and be like, okay, you know what? This is hurting people.
Yeah.
I gotta change. And I have to shift my ways. And that's what I do. That's why I'm like, I don't need therapy.
But it's true though.
but that's very few people.
Very, very
But do you guys self-reflect?
Yeah.
I like to. Only if
It's like
someone
sporadically.
only if someone criticizes me. But you know, if someone isn't gonna say anything, and I felt like I was right, and I liked how I handled the situation, then I'm not gonna self-reflect. I'm just gonna be like, good job, Montana. Good job. You
But I feel
handled
like
it
there's
well.
also one thing like self-reflecting and then taking actions because it goes hand in hand.
Exactly.
Because me just
Exactly.
being aware, I'm a toxic person.
I'm
I'm not
toxic.
doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Then the self-reflection didn't
Do
what?
anything.
Yeah.
No, it's good to self. But I'm very indecisive about this whole therapy thing because I personally am very self-aware. So for me, it's like, okay, going to therapy, what are you going to do for me? Because you're just going to ask me the same question, I'm just going to be paying. So it's like, okay, when will this whole thing stop? Because for me personally, it's all about like being better. But I feel like therapy is kind of like a thing where you're just learning more about yourself, but you'll never necessarily get into that point of a big revelation or anything.
Yeah.
So what are we doing this for?
I think I would like therapy to understand why I behave the way I behave. Like, what about my childhood or my past impacted
But then
how
you have
I
to
am?
unload everything then.
And I'm okay with that. But then,
To share with a stranger, a complete stranger.
in fact,
everything.
She prefers stranger.
I would rather a stranger than somebody
Let's
in my
sit on
life.
that couch. Give me 50 euros. I'll tell you everything.
an acquaintance. No, but I mean, like, just pour everything. Maybe go to a therapist in South America and just be like, hey, listen, this is my life and this is how I am now. Okay, you're like this because you had an alcoholic this, you're like this because of that. I'm like,
But can't you
now
connect the
I
dots
understand.
yourself?
Thank you. No, I can't.
You can't really?
No, because
Wow.
I think you need to speak about it because I'm a very closed off person in general. So if I went to a therapist, I'm just so scared. No, I'm so scared to find out how broken I truly am and why I think like this because of what happened in my life and the people who played big parts. That's the only reason why I've put it off because I'm gonna find out. I have to deal with some things I don't want to deal with. I have to speak to some people I don't want to speak with or about that topic or whatever. What was the point? Sorry.
No, we're going in.
You're just proving that you do need the therapy.
Montana. Hey.
Because you're already aware that there's things that are hurting.
Oh, that's what I was saying. So if I would like speak to my older sister about it, and then I'm like, why I'm acting like this? Because I told you guys like a story with food or whatever. Why I'm acting like this? Oh yes, I remember. It's because of this and this and that. And then we'll like put the pieces together. And she's the only person I can truly feel like I can be myself with. And then I'm like, okay, that's why I'm like that. Next.
But even she's not a professional.
Yes, not
Definitely
So
not.
there's
Definitely
obviously
not.
things that she can do wrong that can affect you.
Yeah.
So what about those things?
I don't want to find out because I am broken. Hashtag broken.
But let's mend the pieces.
Yeah.
No, because
You can't go. One thing I've learned, and okay, in my latest relationship or whatever, I realized how actually, man, my past fucked me up, and I wish I could have worked on that and healed
I can see
properly.
it.
Because
with you, I can see it.
because I was bringing like past problems into something fresh and clean.
But that is normal.
you know. And now
But that
I'm
shouldn't be the
just like,
case. You
yeah, it
shouldn't
shouldn't
be
be
doing
I know
like that.
it shouldn't be the case, but you won't know what traumas you take, because yes, after a relationship you can heal, take
Yeah.
that time, but you don't know your triggers until somebody else comes in
And they push your
triggers
buttons,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
but then the moment is you like taking that moment, seeing that, oh, this triggered you, this is a trauma, and then healing yourself.
But then there's still trauma responses. There's things you don't think about and you respond to trauma that way. So maybe this new boyfriend is doing something to me and it reminds me of what my old boyfriend did that
PTSD.
triggered me. And then I react in a really bad way even though this person didn't mean any harm. So I need to work on those things and go to therapy. That's why I'm saying Montana needs to figure out those things before she gets into a relationship and she sabotages it, you know?
Sometimes you just gotta fall so that you can stand
But
up
I think
again.
no.
Man, I just need a guy
For what?
to fall. Like, you know, it's not that easy for me to fall. Oh, it's not easy. There's so many.
The thing is, would you allow yourself to
No.
fall?
No.
That's where it starts.
Maybe you should really go to therapy.
I think you should because
I know I should. Guys, I know. And I would love to. As
Then
I
go.
said, hey, I'm scared to find out how truly
No, but-
broken I am.
Yeah,
But postponing it isn't doing it any better. Like,
no, because now it's still cute. Eventually, it's gonna be like, oh, man, you become a dead boost. You don't want to be a dead boost when you're 27 or 28. Because that's your prime. Right now, it's still cute, but eventually,
yeah,
just
because the
becomes-
one thing I'll tell people is don't date anybody that's not healed. Like, absolutely not. No.
Unhealed people need love too.
They do. Let them love each other. But not healed people loving unhealed
It's actually
people.
funny. Kind of like I have an RTRTMB for you guys.
Okay, tell us.
You know what an RTRTMB is?
Of course you
Random thoughts rummaging through my brain.
Okay.
So let's assume like I'm a broken guy, yeah, and one of you ladies decide to date me. So you guys pick me up and then eventually invest time in me and I develop. So once I have developed and become like a normal guy, is it actually okay for me then to stop dating you because I feel like you don't have any standard by dating me?
It's okay to do what you want to do. But
Because if you are dating me while I'm broken, that means actually you don't have any standard.
But what if I
Think about it. No, think about it.
It's like
it has
that.
nothing to do with
What if I
standard.
help
Well,
you heal though?
Yeah, you
What
help
if
me
I'm
heal. Now I'm
healing
honest.
you?
Now
So
I'm
you're getting up and going without
exactly
me?
because now I'm realizing that this girl, she has no standard. Because why would she date
Why
me? when
do
I'm
I
broken?
have no standard? I am a good human being. But the one thing my therapist said, don't make people your project. You did not come to this world to heal other people. If somebody is broken, leave them broken. Go be with a whole person.
You see, that is why I don't believe in therapy, because I do believe in healers. I do believe in.
But don't heal
people.
in the relationship, because what happens to you when this person heals and leaves you? Then you're broken too.
That is part
Because-
of your path, though.
It's my path.
It's part of your path.
Listen, you can't go through
The
like
victim is broken over here.
you can't go through a jungle, get bitten by a snake, and then be like, that's part of my path. When you could have taken a safe
Okay,
route.
wait.
What if-
Okay, what about the friendship between you and Montana now? Like, okay,
But I'm not dating Montana.
Okay, but-
That's
still-
a different dynamic.
But there's somebody
and
probably
it will
out
get
there.
to a point where Montana will maybe trauma dump, and I'll be like, hey, listen, man, go see a therapist.
No, look, let's.
But with a relationship, you have that tendency to take in the other person's burden as if it's your own. You're like, okay, you're going through this. Okay, I'll help. With a friendship, it's very easy to set boundaries and be like, Montana, you know what? I can't help you. You're broken. Go get therapy. But with a relationship, you'll find yourself answering. I told you guys what my ex just did yesterday. Calling me here. Oh, I want to do this. Like, no.
That means you're just telling me you're not having that deep of really deep friendship.
But I love him as a friend. I'm just not willing to be your therapist.
But in Montana's case, actually, I think that also a man could actually also help you grow. A guy that you actually
But
really
how will
emotionally
she access that man?
just like you told me, like, you know,
Man, I
work on yourself.
I first need to be open. I won't even go to someone and trauma dump. So that's not even a
No, but
thing.
it will happen during like
Yeah.
activities or conversation. You
or
just
maybe
realize
like if
that,
you're
oh,
not a person who likes to cuddle or something, maybe like, I don't know.
no, that means you might probably have like one
your
or two.
trauma and everything. And
But you know, it's like not even trauma. It's like a lot of these things. Okay, I don't like to be cuddled, but I always say yet.
I can read people like a book.
It's because maybe
Okay,
you
but-
didn't receive that type
Exactly.
of love growing
Exactly,
up.
but I
So-
don't see that as like a trauma thing.
But that's a problem.
That's
That's
the
a
thing.
big problem.
Just, is that really trauma?
Because okay,
It is trauma, but
we don't want to
trauma,
read.
these
We don't
different...
want to
ti-
read. Montana.
okay, sorry. But I don't mind. I just say I haven't met the person I want to do it with it yet.
That's the thing.
The
thing
problem
you
is
are
not the
actually-
people, it's you.
Exactly.
I mean, not every.
Speak
like,
on it, sis.
I'm a physical kind of person. I even like with my sister. If we're on the couch, I just like to touch people. Like anybody who is with me, I will touch you. Even
Montana
if it's
is
a best
touchy.
friend.
Montana is actually touchy.
Except with men.
Ah, okay. Oh, you're broken.
But that was one of the
my
questions I
thing
wanted to
is,
ask
you know,
actually.
yeah, what?
Like, where does the problem that we all have, like individually speaking, where did it stem from? With you, I'm thinking that you're quite wholesome because your mom is like psychologist. Like that's like
My
a-
thing, and that's the problem that I have.
Why?
I will try and fix every
Everyone.
man. I will try and fix you. And that's where, like, with my exes, where I was like, actually, you know what? Fuck you all niggas.
So you're thinking
I'm not giving you free therapy.
Self-proclaimed psychologist.
Yeah, and I do that all the fucking time. I'm like, you know what? You need therapy, but it's okay. You can talk to me. That's my problem.
Paula does it. She'll meet you for the first time and she'll observe. And it's like she wants to find a problem in you.
I don't want to. I'll
That's why.
find
That's why I
one.
asked her. That's why I asked in the previous
But
episode.
if you don't want to,
do
you
like
won't
stress?
see it. Every person has got a problem. I'll say you have a problem. I'll just look the other way and I'll pretend like
But
I
wait,
didn't
I have
see
a question. I have a question.
I like this. I like
don't
this
you-
episode.
Don't you think it's wholesome or like healing that you are actually healing people?
No.
Like I feel like it's for me. I'm like it's karma
It
points.
breaks you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
I
if
think
you
so
let
too.
it. Only if you let
No,
it.
These people, they're energy vampires.
That's true.
They're gonna drain your energy so much that even you now need somebody to heal you.
True.
Just to piggyback on what you are currently saying,
Yeah.
because a few weeks ago, you said that, okay, Maya, why don't I ever actually kind of like give life advice?
yeah.
That's the same thing, because when you are forthcoming and you're giving advice to people, they're not doing anything with it. So it kind of like eventually drains you and you're just like what am I
Why
actually
should
doing?
I?
Why should I keep doing this thing? So you just resort to doing...
But, and that's what
All
I
kinds
mean.
of
You
things.
guys are using selfish reasons. Like
Hello!
yes,
Look, no.
I will be selfish
it's
then.
selfish because you guys you're giving
Nah, fuck them.
advice.
Fuck them.
But you're just trying to change somebody. But that is not how a human being works. Only because I tell you, you know, Montana, you are actually broken. You need help. You need to see somebody. Okay, she got it. It entered maybe one ear and left the other. She doesn't see herself as a broken person. She doesn't see herself as a person who actually needs therapy. So after saying it once, why should she listen to what I said? Why should she think that I have more wisdom than she does, or I have more life knowledge?
But what are you getting out of it? You need to, like, the thing is
But-
that the
but
human being
I-
is transactional, generally speaking. You need to get something out of it. It's not always blatant transaction, because if I'm helping Montana now, for me, what I would like in reward is like for Montana to actually try. But I wouldn't like it for Montana if she's constantly coming to me and telling me like, okay, this is how I want to improve, but she's not doing anything. It just falls on deaf ears.
Do you know how long it takes for a human being to really have it, to really acknowledge
then,
habit?
Try.
But that's why in the end we stop, because we're like, we don't want to. You don't want to change. So I also don't want to speak. Cool.
Exactly. My reward is actually I'm seeing that you're trying. It's not about really the end of result. I'm seeing that okay, you're actually doing something. Do you know how many women are just out there like, yeah, I want a man. And 2 days later, you're hearing she has been rammed by 4 dudes. I'm like, doesn't even make any sense.
I mean, like for me, I also have like this friend.
Say her name.
No, come on. You want me to be in trouble? And that friend, you know, like with men, it's always hard, you know, like, and I even told her like that is she's in a side chick era.
Ah, okay.
And
we love them.
And she will never
Side chick.
Yeah, she's not when I say you're in your side chick era, that means you're giving that energy, you know, you're allowing guys to toy with you basically because you're going with the flow, and it's not meant harmful. Like that's, I'm very blunt. I always say it as it is. It's not meant in hurting you, but this is what it is. If you set standards, nobody will be able to. If you say either this or I'm gone, then you actually have to leave, because if you don't leave, what are you doing? Right. So for me, I'm telling her this is what is happening. If she chooses to still stay in her side chick era, and I'm like,
you're still gonna come to me and be like, you know, he cheated. You know, Paula, what do I do? You're wasting my time.
Yeah.
You know, yes,
it was visible to the blind that he's gonna do that, and it was audible to the deaf.
Yes,
that he's gonna do all. No, seriously.
Obviously, it was
visible.
Come on. But some people just have to fall 1,000,000 times before they can.
Okay, I
before
get
it
it. We've
enters
all
the
been
mind.
there.
Thank
We've
you.
all
Now you're getting where I'm going.
No.
The way you wear your eyes.
That's my style.
Wow.
That's my style. No, you don't have to fall 1,000,000 times, because we all have limited amount of shots. That's what people don't realize. You can't be falling 1,000,000 times.
But each person is also different.
Yeah.
You maybe think telling a person 3 times is your tops. My telling someone is 10 times, then that's my tops.
Look, me, I only have 2 in me. The third time.
Okay, if you want to rant to me, I will listen.
Yeah.
But if you ask me for advice, at least take it. Or at least tell me, actually, I don't like your advice.
Agree.
I
would maybe approach it
I mean,
differently.
I'm somebody who likes to listen. For me, I always say I'm very empathic. So, like, you know, if you are crying, I have to cry. If I see you are hurting, I have to. Like, even if I watch movies and somebody gets stabbed, my left side will also start hurting. That is what I'm.
You're a true mom.
I'm really empathic.
Mama. Mama Nasa.
So what I also do is like, I'm like, see, you want to rant, right? Do you want my advice as well? Because if you want to rant to me and you want my advice, I'm giving you 100% listening, I'm invested, right? But if you're saying, no, I just want you to listen, then I'm on the sidelines. No, but maybe music is playing and you're just ranting and I'm just here listening and I'm like nodding, you know? Because sometimes people just need to
let it out.
Yes, let it out, talk to someone. And they're going to still go back and forth. But it's like children, you know, they start standing before they start. They use something to walk before they continue really actually walk, but they will fall.
Wow, she's so patient.
Everyone's brain works differently.
I know, but some people are like, you can hear how they're computing the brain. Like, come on, look,
they're dialing up the internet.
The thing is, with me, obviously, maybe also with age, I've seen certain patterns. I just know, like, okay, you're not ready for this. It's like you kind of just realize that I can give you this advice. I will still say, because it's important to have friends that would kind of like give you the proper advice, but you will still not maybe make any use of it. I will still say it, but then eventually, if you change, you will change. But a lot of people don't want to change. But everybody, but the main issue is like you always have to ask yourself, like, your problems, where do they stem from? And oftentimes it's always from our parents. And like as you're getting older, you kind of like realize, okay, my parents were also not cognizant of certain things that they were doing, you know? Yeah. Like for me, for instance, now, or for us, like our parents just thought that we are good going to school in Austria, like not realizing that how certain aspects have like massive effects on us, you know? Yeah. Like being the only black kid and people making fun of you, or when they ever speak about Africa and everybody's turning their head and looking at you and all kinds of things. So even our parents, they never really understood what we're going through. So that's one thing I realized. So a lot of my problems actually stem from my parents.
Yeah, it all stems from childhood in any case.
Exactly. But my parents are not there to listen. So, which is also the next thing. Have you guys actually established like an adult type of relationship with your parents?
Kinda now, because
No, because it's important because now you guys are adults. Your parents need to understand, like, hey, I'm going through the same shit as you are going through, so you can't be talking to me as if I'm asking you, begging you for money to buy a Game Boy game. Like, seriously, like, so it's very, very important for your parents to understand, like, hey, you can't be talking to me anyhow anymore. So, but you actually have to make that
I've
switch.
definitely had to set boundaries. But like not with my mom, more with my dad. I'd be like, sorry, boundary over here. I don't have to tell you everything.
how does
I
that
don't have
boundary?
to,
Okay, like not
you
telling
know.
everything.
Yeah, basically. I mean, my parents don't live here. So it's...
Which makes it easier.
So I don't know. I think it like makes it harder to set a boundary because you don't see them and you feel guilty. Oh, but they're putting in the effort to at least communicate with me, so I must
Really?
communicate
I feel like it's
back.
easier
Oh,
just put the phone
but then
away.
you're gonna have to pick up your phone and like answer to it, So I've gone ups and downs with setting boundaries, and my dad's a Leo. Guys, Leo men.
Hard-headed,
Yeah, with my mom, it was easy. I mean, me and her are cool. We have an adult relationship. My dad too.
So I was sick the last 2 weeks, and my mom was like, "Oh, could it be your IUD? Maybe you have hepatitis." It's like, what? Like she was asking me, maybe how's your sex life and everything.
Hey, your mama, you wildin'.
I would like to have a relationship like that with my children in the future.
Nah, come on, dog.
I mean, I would love that. I used to see that. Like I like where we're going. I mean, it's getting.
No, we are
it's
too
maybe still a
Gen
little
Z
bit
and
weird.
millennial here with all this. Oh, I'm your friend. No,
I'm not
boundaries.
saying being
You're not
friends
best
with my
friends.
mom.
There's
I'm
no-
not going
but
to
like-
I'm not going to talk about positions. I'm not going to say I put my leg there and I was actually like this. No, but like just me being able to be like to talk with my mom. Like, hey, how did you meet my dad? Why do you think he was the choice to get married to? And like I can talk with my mom about these things now, which is good. Like because like picking a partner is the most important thing you're
That's
gonna do
true.
in your life. So like having the older generation give you that kind of wisdom, I feel like it's good to know. And 5 years ago, I couldn't have talked with my mom about those kind of
That's true.
things.
That's
She
true.
thought you were a virgin, but you were already brushing your teeth with certain things. Eh? No. Well, how is it for you? How is it for you? Hey, your mom is your best friend.
Parents are really-
How does that even work?
I like it. They understand. When I don't feel like talking, I just say, hey, listen, I don't want to talk. Then they'll give me space. My mom will
Give
just
you
be like,
space. Hey.
yeah, she'll just be like, I miss your voice, but call me when you're ready. Things like that.
But that is now, not like in your
My mom
teen-
has always been like that. Always. Even with like my teenage sister, if she's like, Mom, I don't want to talk to you right now, my mom will be like, she doesn't want to talk.
Man, I
love
aspire
your
to be
mom.
that mom.
Come on.
But
Yeah, how can you not love Mama Paula?
no, obviously there's like,
I want to be your
I
mom
wish
when I grow up.
she spoke to me about certain things.
Yeah, well, which is cool, but your mom Paula sounds nice.
She is nice. With my boyfriends, I'm comfortable to introduce all of them to her.
Introduce all of them.
Yeah.
How many?
Even actually, now I have to stop. At this point, I have to stop. She's written too many.
Because certain things of Paula are getting a mileage right now.
I know. And like, she'll just tell me, that guy, he's not your type. She's actually told me that before. Wow. She's like, that guy, no.
Yeah, it's because you like projects. All this trying to.
No. And she'll tell me, that one's cute. Okay. She'll be like, white men are like this. Be careful. Oh, Nigerian men are like this. Be careful. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But there's things that I wish she talked to me about more. Money. But apart from money, everything else, I knew about how she met my dad from when I was like 16. I knew the problems they had. I knew everything. I was cool.
That is one thing my dad did. What I was really happy about, that he didn't just like show my brother, because that's what most people do. He also showed me.
Yeah.
Like, what a good man should be like. Oh, no.
No money.
No, like money. Like,
Oh, okay.
But which is surprising. Which is
Mine
surprising.
is that one.
Because he didn't show my sister though. He just showed me, because it was just like I'm his image. Like I'm the female version
Your
of
brother?
him. That was just no, but also like what a good man should be. Like my dad used to take me on dates. Like
Cute.
Oh, I think that's so cute.
So I feel like that is one of my standards also for men. Where I'm like, I need that that
Where's
princess
where's the dad
treatment.
from again?
Nigeria.
He always used to be like, "That's my queen." You know, when he calls me, he was like, "Why has my queen not called me in some days now?"
But that's also a
beautiful.
problem, which I also realized, because the father treats the daughter like a queen or like a princess, but the dad is actually not imagining what real life is. Because in life, to me, you are a peasant. You are nobody.
Wow.
But
You will say it.
no,
as
seriously.
it is.
But obviously, to you, that you are a princess.
But that's way better than sorry
Yeah.
to anybody I may offend. It's way better to receive the princess treatment than to be treated like shit or to have daddy issues.
Definitely.
Because
Please, we don't want
we have now higher standards. The other ones have no standards at all.
That's
So
so true.
yeah.
Because at the same time, men actually prefer women that actually have a soft life, because we want somebody who is soft. So,
But then I also think it's also, you can't be, I don't know, but you can't be treating your daughter as she's a queen and then the wife of your children like
that was not by me like that.
I know. I'm just saying that's also a bit like hypocritical too. Why aren't you treating your wife just as well as you're treating your daughter?
I had my dad to show me, princess treatment or whatever, and my brothers to show me what the real world is like.
But say, my brother.
your dad would be like, "Oh, you're my
Brother
princess."
changing girlfriends, and you're like, "Nigga, what you like in love last week? Like, what the hell is going
I'm
on
falling
here?"
out of it. So your brothers are licking girls like chicken spice. God damn. But one thing I realized about us Africans is like, because you talked about money, it's like poverty actually affects our mental being. Because that's one thing I really believe that we're really struggling with. Because you spoke about it with like our parents having like poverty mentality, like, "Oh, this is poor mentality," and I think that's one thing that we constantly suffer also from, because our parents always told us like we don't have money, and that honestly affects you
badly.
Bad,
Do you
massive.
know what I realized this week or like last week or
I used to
whatever?
lie a lot as a kid.
I can't admit when I'm
You can't admit when you're broke.
When I'm broke, I can't. Like I cannot. It can't leave my mouth. But my white friends, they'll be like, actually don't have money to travel. Actually, I don't have enough money to do this. I need to work.
You see,
me, I will die with that brokenness.
Because it
I'll
affected
never
us. It affected
tell
us.
you.
I used to lie to people like I'm in Sweden because I just couldn't fathom the fact that my friends can't get.
Okay, I have like a whole different thing. Like my
I
dad
used to
would
lie.
break his back for me to go on that school trip to.
Yeah, but then
go
what
on
about
this
you?
thing.
What about you when you don't have money or when you can't afford certain things? Will you openly admit, like, listen, man, I'm just broke?
But also because that's a stigma on us, like the whole notion of a black people never have any money.
Yeah,
anyway.
and you feel
So
like
it's
you
like-
admitting it is actually
That's my reality.
fitting into that like whatever
I'm-
stereotype.
I'm always ready to say I'm broke. Even until this day, I'm having money in my bank. I will still tell you I'm
No,
broke.
but what if you're broke? Will you still say you're broke?
Because we're now
Because when I
broke.
have
We're
money,
broke.
when I have money, I'll say I'm broke. I'll be like, listen, guys, I
Yeah,
ain't buying that.
that's
I'm broke.
easier.
In fact, if I say I'm broke, no, I have money. Like, just know I have money. But then when you're broke, do you actually
Yeah.
say like, listen, man?
okay, I get it. Like with when I did
Like bread and water.
yeah, I'll just be like, you know what? Today's not the day I have a headache.
Yeah.
I always tell people I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. I'm broke.
Because it's okay to have no money.
But
you
yeah,
know?
just because you're black, I
normal.
feel like it's because you're black. You know,
Yeah.
they always
Yeah.
they already think you don't have money. You're
Yeah.
coming from a land that doesn't have money, so that means you don't have money. So you
They're
have
always
to like
looking at you
prove
weird.
yourself. Like
It's
I got the
constant
bands.
proving.
Yeah.
Because most especially when you go to a restaurant and you see the bill, because you're just chilling. Before I go to any restaurant, I've already checked the menu. I know what I'm going to pick. Look, I budget everything in my head. If something goes out of the budget, Jesus Christ is Lord.
But I used to do that. Too.
But it happened to me, like I was once in Bratislava, so with my wife, and she didn't check the menu. Me, I already checked the menu, and she ordered a 40 euro drink. And I always tell the story. She ordered a 40 euro drink cocktail. When it came,
that cocktail though.
What the hell? 40 euros.
40 euro. But she
That's
was
the
just
whole
like,
JD.
but she was just like, why didn't you tell me it was 40 euro? I'm just like, in this establishment, I should tell you not to take the drink. This is a Bobby behavior. And she ordered it. I was just like, oh, Mom, this is out of my budget. Oh.
Were you
to-
married at that time?
No,
or
I
you
was
were
not married. That was
dating?
still a girlfriend. I was like, look, this one, she will not make it as a wife.
She made it.
I stole that money from her purse. Are you crazy? I was broke. Okay?
And that's
You have
going
to-
on the internet.
You have to remember, both people steal, but I shoplift. No, but seriously, money is really important because that also affects your mental being. But one thing I would like to say is that, like, I think that in this new generation that we're all going into, it's very, very important that we have like black therapists because
Definitely.
things are changing so quickly. Like for me, for instance, like it's very difficult now to parent my child because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know the new technology that's gonna be that are gonna arise, or even like social media. What's gonna happen on social media? Because I'm the type of person I've always been late to social media. It's like people will have Facebook, me I will just start Facebook like 3 years later.
You're in MySpace still.
So like seriously, then people have Instagram and Snapchat. Me, I was like, no, Snapchat, let me leave that one. Let me do this. Like now it's TikTok. Now
Or like things like ChatGPT now coming rising.
What's that?
I'm using that.
But that's
like
an AI.
nobody's business.
It
That's
makes it
AI.
work
Yeah.
easy.
No, that's an AI.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
künstliche Intelligenz.
Artificial intelligence, But this makes things difficult because nobody understands like how should we parent because we don't know, and you also get frustrated. So I think that one of the best jobs to go into definitely for anybody who's watching is black therapists. We need that. We need to understand like our culture, why we have certain issues, dating wise, what's going on. Because nowadays I see men are the bad bitches. Seriously, and that's caused by women, in my opinion, because you guys wanted emotionally available men. Now those men are so emotionally available, they don't want to provide anymore.
You guys just didn't know where to draw the line, did you?
But that's life. We always go from extreme. The pendulum always swings extreme to extreme.
That's true.
Very right wing. Now we're very liberal. People were just like, let's have a little bit of sexual liberation. But now it's like I'm doing everything, and you guys will see. We're just like slightly. So the next thing is what's gonna happen next. I don't know. But people
You just have to. Now, what can you do? You can't now leave
Yeah.
your kid in the clouds.
I mean, our parents didn't know what was going to happen next.
Yeah.
And
I
they
know.
were crossing to the 2000s.
That's true.
That was a big
No,
thing.
but obviously I give my parents a lot of credit because there are certain things that they instilled in me, like work ethic, being disciplined, just being straightforward, like fuck your emotions, like let's work, which is sometimes very important. I'm not too overly invested in my emotions,
Yeah.
so which is very important. But at the same time,
I feel like that's trauma. I let myself feel every emotion I have.
I don't have time for
I let-
that. Come
You
on.
have to take it.
No,
Like
no,
if
sir,
I'm
what are you
sad,
crazy?
I allow myself to be really sad. And that's for me. Like I'm an emotional person. Maybe
Yeah,
you
but
might
you're a
not know.
woman, you're allowed to.
I allow. You see,
Oh,
that's
ma.
what I hate. A man is also allowed to feel. Like I hate it when a guy says, "Oh, I cannot cry in front of a woman."
I can cry, but how often am I gonna cry? Like, am I gonna cry? Look, I can cry every
I feel
day.
like growing up in Kenya, I've been raised to kind of be like a man. Like you really have to take it.
Yeah.
This is life. Take it.
Yeah,
In
take
fact,
it.
you're a black woman. You're the
Yeah.
symbol
Yeah.
of strength. In fact, he can cry, but you cry? Are you
Yeah.
crazy? No.
No. Don't show them that you're
Don't let them get
And I
you.
hate that.
Yeah.
I wish I could feel my emotions. Sometimes I envy people like her.
Definitely.
Like in a relationship, I really want to say what's hurting me, but I can't because to me
Why?
it's a symbol of weakness. But he'll complain. He'll be like, I feel like this, like this, like this, like this. Me, I'm just silent because
But that's not good. That will eat you up,
I know, but I need therapy.
Well, I'm like I was raised the same. I was raised from my mother who was like, be strong, like be a warrior. You're a woman and you're a black woman.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to be strong in this world. You cannot be a cry baby. But then you have to break out of it.
You do.
I had to. For me, like if I wouldn't have broken out of it up to now, I think I would have stayed single. I couldn't be in a relationship because I would just be unavailable, really
Facts.
unavailable.
Hashtag Montana.
Montana, talk to you. What up, baby?
I've changed. I was worse a few years ago back home living in South Africa than what I am now.
South Africa's
I
a
feel
harsh
like I was
environment.
also worse.
You were also worse.
Now
Paula, you guys don't know the old Paula.
Welcome to Europe, guys.
Like,
That's a soft life.
I
Soft
used
life.
to be a player. Like you would not fuck with me.
And
10 steps ahead of a man. Like who are
she
you
was
playing?
she
Me?
was
As
running
no.
the game.
No.
But that's too much of.
I know, but the thing is,
You
I
break-
knew I'm strong, right?
Yeah.
But the first key to strength is to avoid danger. And to avoid danger, you have to be
Honestly,
steps ahead of the
exactly.
game. You know, you have to see what move this guy is making. And I feel like I potentially ruined good
ruined it.
things.
You ruined-
You know,
I also did.
And
That's why I
now,
always say that
did.
it's actually the women that actually will ruin good men.
come on, man. Preach on it.
I-
No, that's
I'm-
a
I'm-
lie.
Am I preaching, sis? No! Shake my hand. Come on.
There's a boy will be 28. He will be like, no, I'm still heartbroken for my 60-year-old girlfriend. What the fuck? Over 10 years have passed.
Once again, this is why I need therapy. I'm silenced by black women.
No,
seriously.
but like I think with black women, the other day my uncle told me you're the strongest girl I've ever met. I never want to hear that again. That ain't a compliment.
That ain't a
I
compliment.
don't want to be
You want
called.
soft
I
life.
want to be soft.
Soft,
I want to cry on the street at any minor inconvenience. That's how soft I want to be.
And this is something my dad told me, like when I moved out with 20, he was like, don't be the strongest girl, like in business world, like what I want to achieve and where I want to be. Yes, be the strongest you can be, but with a man, you're supposed to have a man that lets out your femininity,
Gosh,
Let
my
you be
dad has
soft.
told me. My dad tells me, Montana, if I ask you one thing, Austrian with this accent, shame, no hate to my mother, but don't be so strong like your mother. Not every man can handle it. I'm having a difficult time. You have to allow yourself to be the
soft.
woman and be, like feel your femininity and let the man also be the man and be the masculine guy. Let him be the provider.
Shout out to Roberto.
But because I've been with different men, I think everybody has been with different men. I found that even when I was healed, there's a man I would be with that my femininity just
obviously.
would not, no matter how much I tried. Apparently, it's just to show that you don't feel safe with this guy enough to open your emotions. But with the snow bunny that entered my life, it was like I didn't even bother. Like the femininity, just like. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I mean, I will not say it's witchcraft, but I'm like, it's energy balancing it out, Like I'm like, he is bringing this kind of energy. Don't kill me, I'm sorry. He's bringing this kind of energy here, so you don't have any other choice than bringing out this feminine energy. And for that other guy, he
didn't deserve you, sis.
He didn't deserve you. Exactly.
And my gut could maybe feel it.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I'm always like, women should always trust their intuition because we have such strong intuitions, right? I'm like, my intuition is so strong that I really trust on it. When my ex cheated on me, I knew. I knew. Like
But
that.
you can feel it.
I think when women know, that's one.
You
one
always
thing.
know.
'Cause
You can always feel
Yes.
that energy shift.
Yes.
No, but I always wonder, like, okay, yeah, for a lot of women, they always claim that cheating is a deal breaker, and then they will stay, which I never really understood. But I think that a lot of women are just like, I'm still not finished with him,
Yeah. Some
which is
women
interesting.
think that,
Like,
yeah.
no, I still love him, so
I mean,
that's why I always tell women, love me through my mistakes.
I feel women are built to forgive and to repair and to,
Bounce
be there.
back,
Exactly.
nurture.
Bounce back.
That's why in this generation we need strong women, just to bring it
No,
all
we just
back.
have
just
to
bring it all
stop
back.
teaching because we were taught boys are going to be boys. We were taught with that mentality, and that is why we obviously when a guy cheats, we're like, men are men. This is how men behave. This is, only because he's going there, that doesn't mean he doesn't love you. We're taught that men can separate like sex and love, but women can't. That is where I feel it's all coming from. And that's why, if a man cheats, but he still loves me, he still tells me these soft things.
The thing is, I'll say, be strong when it's needed. Don't be strong all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be strong outside of the house.
Be strong. Be strong when it's needed. If your family is falling apart, be strong then. Not when he cheats. Why are you being strong then? Leave. Leave. Go.
I thought you like projects.
I hate one project I'll never take on is a cheating
No,
man.
but
In
the thing
fact,
is,
I
I
might.
need you to help me to get out of this womanizing phase that I'm in.
Are you
What
crazy?
do you mean? A man
Are you
A man
crazy?
is disrespecting
you said I
Are
don't
you
like projects.
crazy?
What's going on?
No, this is something.
Wait.
This is something else.
Are you
I'm
crazy?
a womanizer. I'm a womanizer.
Are you
This is my
crazy?
project.
Do you
help
men-
me?
No,
Wait
are
until
you-
I'm done.
That I'm always like, I can stay until you disrespect
Who
me.
told you
This is
women can't
disrespect.
separate sex and love? Who told you we don't want to sleep around?
those women-
Who told you we're not in our womanizer era?
If I say something
We're
that
always
will
in the
that will hurt me now
womanizer era.
online, those women
Say
that have
Say it.
sex without emotion, what's this? What is that? Hmm?
Society has just brainwashed all of us.
It's crinkum
as,
crankum. What's going on?
You guys.
I don't want
It-
that.
Like a man can sleep with 50 women and he is just a
Okay,
man
pause.
trying out.
Would you guys date a virgin?
I would.
Actually, you know what,
I
guys?
would.
I've thought about this.
No, you-
I've thought about this. I've thought about this. No, I wouldn't. But I might date you if I don't know you're a virgin until we have sex.
Politics.
If you know how to caress me, if you know how to handle my body, if you have an inkling, not that you're touching me like that, if you have an idea of how to handle a woman,
How am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
you see? You see? That's
Maybe
what it
you're
is.
still a virgin, but you've played all the other
For
levels.
me,
the
I
Nintendo.
like to teach. No, for
Actually,
me, I like to teach because for me,
But
I'm,
what if
I'm
he
like,
tastes you and he's like, "Hey, how do other women taste?"
are you crazy?
Actually, a virgin is a liability.
Always.
A virgin is a liability. I don't want
because
a
then
virgin.
he
No.
starts the game and wants
He's
to see what is
what
still
about
out
that
there.
woman? What about if I had big tits now? Choo. No, you're a liability.
But if he wanted to, he would have tried with all the
no,
other ones.
maybe they didn't let him, and I'm the one letting him.
That is another thing. I can't take a man that nobody else wants.
That is why men are traumatized and need therapy.
What?
That's why men are traumatized and need therapy.
Why?
It's
What?
because you guys will say one thing and then we smack us at the back of their head, you know? Like, not you.
No, but nobody wants anything that other people don't want.
So you guys like trophy. Look, if
Even
everybody,
you guys like trophies. We all like
course
trophies.
We
I
all
mean,
love trophies. We
I'm
all
on-
want to brag.
yeah, of course I like a trophy. I don't want a woman that nobody looks at. Are you crazy?
But men,
Ew.
it's just the other way around, you know, because for men it's like, oh, you could withhold yourself from all the other men so long.
Oh, that's so easy.
And that's why you're a virgin,
It's-
you're
oh.
a prize. You
Oh,
know?
come on. Withholding from other men is so easy. Y'all are disgusting. You give us the ick
Literally.
all the time.
the
Like,
time. I
it's
look at
easier
you.
to be a virgin than not to be a virgin.
And that's
Yeah, for you
exactly
women.
when
For you
people
women.
ask me, Montana, how? Because of what you just said.
Did you just take my statement and use it as a defense?
for virginity. But women are very, very, very difficult when they want sex from you. They're so aggressive.
Excuse you?
You just have to give in as a man. Okay, yeah, let me just.
Excuse you. No,
come
because you don't
on.
want the sex. You just wanted to know, get to know me, right?
Okay, do you guys know why men take the sex? Because what if I'm in a dry spell? It can happen. So let me just take it just to clean my mouth and what?
There's something called masturbation.
Yeah, but at this point, do you want to see the skin on
You
a
can use your mind.
No, that's the worst thing ever.
What do you mean? Use your
Why
mind.
do you think? What do you think people are using AI to do now? We write the porn that we want to see.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's bring it back from therapy, guys. Last question. We have a last question. Actually, we went through everything. Interesting. That was very wholesome again.
No random thoughts?
I'll give you random thoughts. You want to know random thoughts? Maybe I can find a random thoughts.
Oh, you write them down?
Oh, of course I ran them down.
Wow.
There's so many random thoughts in my mind, you know. But maybe do I have something? Yeah, as a podcast, do we actually have a role to play?
Yeah.
We as a because like a few weeks ago I got like a long like audio, you know, like audio message, you know, I've been listening to your podcast. You're so amazing. That's super. Then she was, and basically the person was just saying that we should have more message and educational value to bring forth. So I wonder, like, is it important for us as a podcast to actually give people some sort of educational value?
No. Okay, yes and no.
I would
You
say
know,
yes and no.
Yes
a
and no.
podcast can serve very many different purposes. Not all of it has to be educational. Sometimes I need an escape and I just want to be entertained and I want to laugh and I want to hear other people's opinions that not necessarily have anything to do with any education. So if that person wants something educational and valuable, they can go look for a podcast that gives them that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel like it depends on what you guys set up for, like, as a mission for this podcast. If you're like,
Yeah.
this is just fun and banter,
Yeah.
then yes, there's no purpose.
Yeah.
There's just no
That's
message.
the
value.
purpose.
That's the
Fun.
value. Yeah, the fun.
yeah.
You know what it is on Tuesday when you tune into PODFESSION, you have fun.
Yeah, because then sometimes you don't know what somebody's going through. They might just
Exactly.
be like, "Ah, I need a pick me up. I need to laugh. I need something. Let me go listen to PODFESSIONs." That's value to them.
That's value, yeah.
You know,
And it's always nice to hear shared experiences. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you actually went through the same thing.
because the
I
number of
went
people
through."
that are virgins that relate with Montana is impossible. Like, hey,
But with the women,
and men
class.
too.
I've
I don't want to
actually
say anything if you're a male virgin at this point.
I've never
like,
met a male virgin.
I
Good
did.
too.
I
and
did.
you do
How
not like
old
it.
was he?
It's 25.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Is he Christian?
Yes.
Don't say that.
Was
That
he
has to
good
do with
looking?
this
But
content.
is
He
Christian.
That
was
has
mad
to-
good looking. And
Really? Mad?
You
good?
see,
mad
that's why I
good
said I'd
looking.
take a
And he
virgin.
did- And he did like other stuff, but I didn't do the sex.
Okay, but how was his energy?
No.
Like-
But what? Why didn't he have sex? Religion.
Yeah, for like he said he's just keeping himself for like that one person that he wants to
Love
marry.
it. Love it.
And
No, you guys would date and you would break him because you are broken yourself.
And like that was the reason for me to be like, you know what, I can't date you because, and now I get like men because I was like, I don't want to basically, and I don't know, men have flowers. Take your
To the
flower,
flower. Yeah.
for me, and
A tree trunk.
knowing that I might not stick, and that was still my baddie era. So I was like, you know what, I want to be that respectful, and I'm gonna draw back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Self-control.
You could have gotten to know him.
I know, but
She knows that she won't stay because she was.
I knew I wasn't gonna stay. I knew I wasn't at the place to allow myself to actually feel something for someone, and
Okay.
I know how to turn it off.
Facts.
Yeah, so like in my baddie era, it was literally people falling for me and me being like, "Sorry, you gotta go."
Gosh, that's a nice.
You go
era.
chop breakfast.
Kind of.
Guys,
I
thank
just
you.
left my body era too.
Were you ever in your baddie era? She hasn't even had a chance to fully live out the baddie. Paula?
Nah, you ain't a baddie like
I
that.
can't.
eh?
I can't really release.
But if you do
But
anything-
you know the thing about me is I will keep a secret for years. Then maybe in 10 years in PODFESSIONs I'll be like, guys,
Don't
do
worry,
you
but if-
remember
but if-
2022?
But if you feel like you
this
want
is what
to
I did.
open yourself up, you want to show you what God has given you, just invite me. I like to support my friends. On that note, like, share, subscribe.
comment,
Show it to your parents.
baby. And your
Not
Go
to
to
my
therapy,
parents.
guys.
Not to my parents.
Send it to your pastor,
Your boss.
to everybody, you know.
Lots of love, baby.
Bye.